Hello everybody and welcome back to more of the Trooper series. I'm totally not trolling you or anything, but we're not starting Tatooine. We gotta talk to all of my companions, unlike what I said in the previous episode.
Bad news, sir. I just received a dispatch from command. It's my old sniper squad, the Deadeyes. They've been captured. Happened during a routine officer hunt. Somehow the imps got the drop on them and rounded up the entire unit. Careless.
How long have the Deadeyes been in Imperial custody?
Weeks. More than enough time to be marched in front of a firing squad. Look, something about this doesn't sit right with me. The Deadeyes' area of operation was on Nar Shaddaa. That's Hutt territory. Neutral ground. They shouldn't have had any business operating there.
You think there's more going on here?
Can't say yet. I need to know what happened to the Deadeyes. And if they're still alive. Missions on Nar Shaddaa are usually greenlit by the SIS. With your permission, I'd like to meet with them, see what they know.
Sounds as good a place to start as any. Make it happen.
I'll contact that agent we dealt with last time. The annoying one, Balkar. We'll rendezvous at the dive he hangs out in. With any luck, he'll have something for us.
Now, I don't plan on doing that quest anytime soon. It's a level 31 quest, so it's much higher level than what we are now, but we'll get around to it. As of what I think about that, I'm probably just going to go out on a limb and say that they defected. It seems to be a common theme with this story anyway, so I would just suggest it's the same there as well.
Excuse me, sir. May I have a moment of your time?
I've always got time, Alara. What do you need?
As a condition of my service in the Republic military, Personnel Division requires that I report regularly on my activities. However, my Havoc Squad missions are classified and cannot be shared with Personnel Division. I'd like to ask if you would vouch for me when I report in.
I'll be happy to help.
Thank you very much, sir. We should use the ship's secure line. Captain Kaylor, this is Alara Dorn, personnel number 22795. Reporting in per Regulation 449.
Please, Alara, you don't have to give me the full rundown every time. I know who you are. How are things?
Well enough, sir. Allow me to introduce you to the commander of Havoc Squad, my new CO. Sir, this is Captain Kaylor, Army Personnel Division.
I don't see that Dorn's loyalty needs to be proven further.
Oh, we're all very proud of Alara. This is just part of the process. Tell me about being in the top squad in the Republic, Alara. You must be keeping very busy.
I'm sorry, Captain, but you aren't authorized to know about Havoc Squad's activities. My CO will have to vouch for me from now on.
What? Alara, I don't want to be a hard case, but rules are rules. This top secret junk won't fly.
This is how it is, Captain. You don't like it, talk to General Garza.
I might have to. This situation is not acceptable. Just carry on, Alara. We'll talk about this after I've had a word with my superiors. Kaylor out.
I wasn't expecting him to react so strongly. Surely he didn't expect me to report on classified information.
Protecting classified information is a top priority.
Yes, sir. I'm surprised the captain didn't agree. If you'll excuse me, sir, I have several matters to attend to. Thank you for your time.
Something fishy is going on with him as well. Maybe he's working for the Empire too. We just don't know. I mean, why else would he want his hands on, like, super sensitive, secret material?
Sir, I feel I owe you an apology. After we spoke with Captain Kaylor, I was unnecessarily curt with you. You've been very supportive. That hasn't always been the case with Republic personnel I've dealt with since defecting.
I wouldn't be much of a CO if I didn't watch out for my people.
It's greatly appreciated, sir. People distrust me as soon as I speak. They only hear my accent. Even when I'm not a potential spy, I'm a resource. Endless questions about Imperial culture, personnel, military procedures. It's exhausting.
You could be locked up somewhere answering those questions.
You're right, of course. I've been given a very great opportunity. Mistrust and inconvenience are a small price to pay for a clear conscience. I don't regret defecting to the Republic at all. Despite my past, I was allowed to join the military, earn commendations and serve in the Republic's most elite squad. I'm very fortunate.
What led you to defect in the first place?
We should talk about it later, sir. I've occupied enough of your time.
Alara really starts to grow on me. I think she's a pretty cool companion, but it's only after you start getting to know her that you kind of get used to how she is as an Imperial.
Sir, I wondered if I might ask a personal question about the former Havoc Squad member's defection. What was it like to have your commander and comrades join the enemy? How did you feel?
I was shocked. I never saw it coming.
Tavis and the others must have been hiding their plans very carefully. I've always wondered how my family took the news of my defection. It must have been difficult for them to understand.
What was your family like?
Austere. Proud. Warm as well, at least in private. Members of the Dorn family have served with distinction in the Imperial military for generations. It's an important family tradition. It isn't easy to reach prominence in the Empire with no aptitude for the Force, but my family did it. I hope they're all still well.
Your family got by before you came along. They'll be all right.
You're probably right, sir.
Her family has a pretty cool story and also has connections to some of my other characters as well, but we'll explore that in a little bit here. We actually, I think, get to talk to her brother right now.
If I may say so, sir, you've had quite an impressive career. You're the commander of the most elite squad in the entire Republic. You must be quite proud.
Serving in Havoc Squad has been the greatest honor of my career.
I remember when I first enlisted and qualified for medical specialization. My brother Alexi completed his technical specialization on the same day. We were both proud to finally serve in the Imperial military. My brother advanced quickly, but I became disillusioned as time went on.
Is Alexei still in the Imperial military?
As far as I know, yes. I wish he'd seen things as I did. The Imperial military was supposed to stand for honor and discipline, but my superiors discarded those concepts any time a Sith asked it. I'd always been taught that the Jedi and the Republic were genocidal hypocrites, but the only brutalities I witnessed were committed by my own comrades.
How could anyone believe such obvious lies?
Given the right point of view, anything can be rationalized. I'm just glad I could see things for how they really were. I raised my concerns with my superiors, but they only questioned my resolve. Soon, I would have been forced to prove my loyalty by carrying out orders directly against my conscience. I chose to defect instead.
Did you have any trouble getting away from the rest of your unit?
I had noted numerous inefficiencies in our assigned patrol routes. I simply took advantage of one of them to escape. I surrendered to the first Republic patrol I came across and declared my intention to defect. That was over 3 years ago. It's strange to realize how long it's been. The Republic truly feels like my home now.
Man, there's a lot of stuff there to unpack, but I lied. We didn't get to talk to her brother. I think it's now that we get to talk to her brother, and hopefully in the next video we'll talk about all of that.
Sir, I need to speak to you immediately. I've received a strange holomessage that appears to bear Imperial signal codes. I haven't watched it yet. I wanted you present to supervise and confirm that I'm not engaged in secret communications with Imperial personnel.
We better watch it immediately.
Yes, sir. I'll load it now.
Alara, it's me, Alexi. I hope you're well. It's been a long time.
Alexei? Sir, this message is from my brother. I don't know what to say.
I know this must be hard for you.
It's more surprising than anything. I honestly never thought I'd see his face again.
I'm sorry to contact you like this, but I need your help. My men and I, we're as good as dead. We're on Nar Shaddaa. We were caught tampering with one of the Hutt's operations. We never dreamed the slugs would have so much security. These Hutts are Imperial allies, Alara. There is no rescue team. We'll be disavowed and left to die. Please. You're my only hope now.
Get your brother out of there, Alara. You've got my leave.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your willingness to help, given the circumstances. I believe I can bring him to our side. I know my brother better than anyone. I can convince him to defect. Perhaps it's best if I see to this matter alone, sir. Alexi will be much easier to convince if he doesn't feel outnumbered.
If you can bring him in willingly, then all the better.
Coordinates are included at the end of the message. I'll prep my gear for search and rescue. The operation was a complete success, sir. Per Code 23 of the Enemy Interaction Guidelines, Alexei officially defected to the Galactic Republic. Given the circumstances, we didn't have much time to catch up, but I have my brother back. Thank you for allowing me to help him.
I'm happy to hear that everything worked out.
Hopefully Personnel Division will allow me to stay in contact with Alexei. Not privately, of course, and help guide him through the defection process. I should start compiling notes for him. Thanks again, sir.
See, obviously that's something that my trooper can not relate with, but can sympathize with, because, I mean, she has a brother and she could just imagine what that would be like. But I got a customization for Alara. I think I'll stick with it for a while. I kind of like it. I mean, it works for her. It's a little weird listening to her talk with the old one and then seeing this one. You got to get used to it, basically.
Sir, it is a tremendous pleasure to be here aboard your ship. And what a ship it is. A BT-7, if I'm not mistaken. One of the Pollard designs. A very fine vessel, appropriate for the Republic's best. We will ride this Durasteel Eagle into the heart of the Empire, and bring our fight for freedom to the door of the Emperor himself.
We'll get to that as soon as our other missions are complete.
Fantastic, sir. I have loaded all pertinent data. Let us proceed with our noble duty.
Anytime I go into battle, I want him to be there giving, like, the epic speech, because he uses all the right words and says all the right things.
Sir, allow me to reiterate my pleasure at serving in your command. Since my verbobrain was first activated, I have longed to engage the enemies of freedom directly. Under your noble leadership, I can finally fulfill the mission the Republic's fearless scientists designed me for.
Who programmed you, Forex?
My primary systems were designed by one of the greatest scientists in the Republic, Dr. Poab Didon. Thanks to Dr. Didon, I can understand the importance of our fight, and the extent of the threats we face, and I can fight harder for it.
There's nothing better than fighting for a cause you believe in.
I couldn't agree more, sir.
I just love him. He's more human than he is a robot, which is really great. It's because he's so dang advanced. But the thing is, now that we're done talking with all of my companions, we can finally move on to Tatooine, which isn't actually moving on to Tatooine. I hate to be that guy. I know I said in the last video, I was like, we move on to Tatooine, we need to do my favorite planet. But no, we're not. We're just doing the little intro thing here with the general, and then in the next episode we actually go down there, which is awesome. But, you know, like I said, it's not the best part of the trooper story. It's good, though.
Come in, Lieutenant. This is General Garza. I see you've landed in Anchorhead. Tatooine is a vast and dangerous desert of a planet, and I'm afraid you can't count on having Republic support during your mission there.
Havoc Squad can handle anything.
All the same, Lieutenant, I hate sending my people into uncharted areas like Tatooine without some kind of support. In the absence of military assets, I've arranged a local contact to assist you in your mission. Oleg Claren, the mayor of Anchorhead. Mayor Claren may not be a soldier, but he knows the area extremely well, and can put his city's resources, whatever those may be, at your disposal.
Sounds like a useful friend to have.
Be sure to remember that this operation is top secret, Lieutenant. I told Mayor Claren only that you're undertaking an important mission, which is all that he needs to know. Understood?
Discretion is my middle name, General.
Very good. That's all I have for you at the moment. Proceed with the operation. Garza out.
Oh dear, those helmets crack me up every time. Okay, discretion. Gotta remember that when we start Tatooine. For realsies, in the next episode.